Welcome to another Whiskey Games and Nerd Stuff. Today's video is going to be another playthrough video of Marvel Champions. Today it'll be Black Widow versus Ultron. It'll be the basic Black Widow that came just from the hero pack and just standard Ultron. So let's go ahead and make sure we have our life set up. We got 17 life for Ultron, 9 for Black Widow. We've got our Ultron drone set up. So let's go ahead and switch over to 1B. 1B says to go ahead and reveal for each player. Each player puts the top card of their deck face down, engaged with them as a drone. So let's go ahead and that'll be our drone. And then we start off with 6 cards. Let's go ahead and see what we've got for our 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As always, if you see me do something incorrectly, which inevitably I will do, please say something in the comment section. So let's see. I would like to keep Winter Soldier if we can. Attack Acrobatics is good to have. So is the grappling hook. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these 3. And then we will go ahead and get 3 more cards. And let's see what we've got here. All right. So we're going to use our target acquired to play Attack Acrobatics, which, because it's our first preparation card, we will be able to draw an additional card. We will then... yeah, I'd like to get that suit out first if we can. All right, let's do this. We will go ahead and go 1, 2, 3 to get the suit out. We will go ahead and flip over. We're going to go ahead and attack, but we want to get rid of this drone and kill that off. All right, we will go ahead and ready up, drop to 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will have our first threat come out. And then after Ultron attacks, choose 1 to either place 1 threat on the main scheme or put the top card of your deck into play face down and engage with you as a drone minion. So Ultron's going to go ahead and attack for a base of 2. Plus 2 is 4. What we are going to go ahead and do is use the Attack Acrobatics, which allows us to cancel out the boost. And it's also going to do 2 damage to Ultron, bringing him down to 15. That will also trigger the Widowmaker, which will do an additional damage to Ultron, putting him to 14. We still do have the base damage of 2 coming in, but we're going to go ahead and block that and exhaust it, so we have no damage coming to us. And then what we're going to do is we will go ahead and have a threat come out rather than having an additional drone. All right, we have our encounter card come out. Deal 1 damage to each friendly character. All right, that puts us down to 8, and it is our turn. All right, so let's see what we've got here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do our Spycraft to play the safe house. All right, we will then, we're going to go ahead and flip over. We're going to use the safe house to bring back a preparation card from our discard pile. Let's go ahead and get the Attack Acrobatics. We will then use the Widow's Bite to play the Gauntlet. We will exhaust that Gauntlet for a wild resource to play Attack Acrobatics. Because we played the first preparation card of this turn, that'll allow us to draw a card. All right. And I think we're good right there. So we're going to go ahead and ready everything up. We will draw up to 6 cards. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We have 1 threat that's going to come out, which is going to go ahead and put us to phase 2. So 2B is each player puts the top card of their deck with them as a drone minion. Advance the stage 2B. All right, 2B is Assault on NORAD. We're going to go ahead and have a drone out there. All right. Ultron is going to go ahead and scheme. He's going to scheme for a base of 1, 2, And then Ultron heals 1 damage for each drone minion engaged with you. So there was 1 drone minion engaged with you. So he will be up to 15. And then we'll have to remember during the initial step, when we place a threat here, we can choose to either do 2 additional threat or put another drone out there. All right, we got to do our encounter card. And this is not the greatest one. It's going to go ahead, when he schemes, he can put an additional scheme onto a side scheme. All right, it is our turn. All right, the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to use the safe house to give us a preparation card. We will then go ahead and exhaust that wild to play that card, which will allow us to draw an additional card. We then want to go ahead and play. We will do these 2 resources to play counterintelligence, which will allow us to prevent 3 threat. We then have 3 out here. So what we're going to do is we just need 1 resource to play Winter Soldier, because it's 1 less for each preparation card in play. We'll go ahead and get rid of Quake. Put that out there. We will then go ahead and have him thwart for 2, because we want to go ahead and get rid of those 2 threat right here. We will then flip over Black Widow, have her attack, but we want to get rid of this drone just because I like getting rid of those drones. All right, we will go ahead, keep the 2 cards we have. Ready up, draw up to 5, 3, 4, 5. There's finally our wild cards. All right, so it is Ultron's turn. We're going to have 1 threat come out. So we have to decide, do we want to have 1 additional threat come out, or 2 additional threat, or a drone? What we're going to do is we will have 2 threat come out, because I don't like dealing with the drones. We will go ahead and then have Ultron attack for a base of 2. We are going to let Black Widow block this. So it's going to be a base of 2, plus 3 is 5. We are going to go ahead and initiate the attack acrobatics again. So that's going to stop that bonus. So that'll do 3 damage to Ultron, putting him at 12, plus the 1 from Widowmaker, putting him at 11. We still have the base of 2, which we will defend. And then we have to decide, do we want a drone or additional threat? We will have an additional threat come out, putting that on total of 4. All right, it will be your time for the encounter card. Encounter card comes out. Ultron attacks you. Discard the top card of your deck for each damage dealt this way. So he is going to attack. We are going to let... Shoot. We will let Winter Soldier block. So we won't take any damage. He's going to attack for a base of 2. And it's just going to be 2 damage, putting him at 3, but he will be exhausted. And the boost is choose to either spend a resource or put the top card of your deck in the play face down. All right, so actually, yep, we'll be at 3. Choose to either spend a energy resource or put the top card of your deck in the play face down, engage with the drone. We'll go ahead and do that. All right, and then it is our turn. All right, so let's see. What do we want to do here? We're going to go ahead and play Dance with Death. So Dance with Death is going to cost 3 resources. So 2, 3 resources. That's going to do 1 damage to the drone. Do 2 damages to Ultron, putting him at 9. Do an additional 3, putting him to 6. All right, then I believe that's all we can do right now. All right, let's go ahead and ready up. See what we get. 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, it is Ultron's turn, so we're going to have 1 threat come out here. And I think what we're going to do is, instead of having the 2 additional threat, we'll have a additional drone come out, which will target... This time we're going to use Widow's Bite, which will do 2 damage to that drone, killing it. And it's going to do an additional damage to Ultron, putting him at 5. Ultron is then going to attack. We will let Black Widow block. He's going to attack for a base of 2. 2 only. We will go ahead and take it, putting this thing at 6. Now we'll have our encounter card. Oh, we got to do we want a threat or do we want a... We'll go ahead and have a drone come out. All right. Then we'll have our encounter card, Villain Schemes. We did not want that. He's going to scheme for a base of 1. And 1 only, so that kind of worked out. So now he is at 2, 4, 6. All right, is our turn. All right, so what do we want to do here? All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and thwart for 2 with Winter Soldier. So let's get rid of 2 of those. And then Winter Soldier is going to go away. All right, then we are going to go ahead and do a Stealth Strike for 3. So that's going to be 2 resources because it's a yellow card. 3. That's going to do 4 damage to this drone, but because we killed the drone, we're going to be able to remove 2 threat, bringing that down to 2. We will then go ahead and attack for 2, putting him down to 3. We will then flip over. When we flip over, we're going to go ahead and use the safe house, and we want to bring in a grappling hook. So let's go ahead and bring in a grappling hook. We will then go ahead and go... Oh, I didn't want to do that. We will go 1. Nope. You know what? We're going to go ahead and go 1 resource to do the second Widow's Gauntlet. So we'll have 2 of them out here. We will go ahead and keep Agent Coulson in our hand. And we will ready everything up, putting us at 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. It will be Ultron's turn. We're going to have 1 threat come out. There is no side scheme, so we're not putting an additional threat out there. We need to decide if we want a drone or 2 additional threat. Let's go ahead and do 2 additional threat, putting that at 5. Ultron will scheme. He's going to scheme for a base of 1. Oh, dang it. Plus 3 is 4. So now he's going to be at... Let's see, 3, 6, 9. So 1 more, and that's going to flip. We don't want that. We'll have the encounter card come out. Encounter card is Ultron Schemes. Discard the top card of your deck for each threat placed this way. We did not want that. He's going to scheme for a base of 1. Oops, sorry. 1. 2. We are going to go ahead and use this as an interrupt to prevent those 2 threat. It will not trigger the Widowmaker because we're in alter ego form, and it will be our turn. So let's see. Before we do anything, we're going to go ahead and use the safe house to bring in grappling hook. We will then go ahead and exhaust these 2 gauntlets to play grappling hook or to allow us to draw a card. All right. We are going to go ahead and play Nick Fury for 2, 3, 4. That'll allow us to draw 3 additional cards. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's see. How do we want to do this? We will go ahead and thwart for 2. We are also going to do our covert ops for 3. So 1, 2, 3. That is going to remove 4 threat from a scheme and confuse the villain. So he is confused. We will then go ahead and play the Power of Justice to do the counterintelligence. We are going to flip over. We will attack for 2, putting him at 1. We already put our encounter card out here for going through our deck. And we will ready everything up and get our 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're going to have 1 threat come out. We will go ahead and let's just go ahead and have a drone come out. Ultron's going to attack for a base of 2. I'm going to let Nick Fury block, so 2. 3, 4. Nick Fury will block, and that will go ahead and get rid of him. We will go ahead and let another a drone come out. And then what we will do is we have our encounter card. Shadows of the Past. We are going to use Grappling Hook to cancel that as a treachery, which will also trigger doing 1 damage with Widowmaker. That'll put him at 0, putting him to phase 2. Phase 2, he's going to have 22 health. All right. And it'll be our turn. So let's see what we want to do here. All right. What do we want to do? I think what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and attack for 2, putting him at 20. We will then, we're going to do a stealth strike on him for 3. So, actually, no. We will go ahead and flip over. We will use the safe house to bring this grappling hook back to us. We'll exhaust these 2 resources to play him. The grappling hook allowing us to draw additional card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will then go ahead and play. Actually, that's all we're going to do. And actually, we're going to keep our hand too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, we're going to get rid of the Spycraft and draw additional card for our 6 when we ready everything up. All right. We're going to have 1 threat that's going to come out. And then we can have another drone or 2 additional threats. We'll have 2 additional threats come out. So you're now at 7. Ultron cannot scheme because he's confused. So we'll take that off. These 2 can scheme no. So we are going to go ahead and have them both scheme. We are now going to be at 9 threat. We'll have our encounter card come out. All right, so now each of the drones are going to get +1 attack and +1 hit point. And because we forgot to do this last turn, we will go ahead and do it this turn. Deal 1 damage to each friendly character. We will take that damage, put us in at 5. All right. And it is our turn. All right, so what do we want to do here? We are going to go ahead and do a Covert Ops for 1, 2. Actually, before we do the Covert Ops, we are going to go ahead and bring a Spycraft. We will use 1 resource to play Spycraft to draw an additional card. We will then play Covert Ops for 1, 2, 3. That's going to remove 4 threat. And that will confuse Ultron once more. We are going to do a stealth strike for 3. It's going to be 2, 3 to do 4 damage to this drone, which will remove 2 threat. We will then go ahead and heal ourselves up to 8. We will ready everything up to draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. It's Ultron's turn. We'll have one threat come out. And then I'm going to go ahead and have a drone come out instead of the additional threat. Ultron can't scheme because he is confused. These two can scheme, so we are back up to 6 threat. Our encounter card is going to be, forgot to do those, repair sequence. Ultron heals 2 damage for each drone minion engaged with you. Well, he'll go ahead and heal those 2, and thankfully it's only 2 because he can only go up to 22. It is our turn, so we're going to go ahead and bring back the acrobatics. We'll go ahead and use 1 resource to play it, draw our card for that ability. We are then going to go ahead and flip over. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do a Dance with Death. So 2 resources and 3 resources with the Widow's Bite. And then that'll do 1 damage, killing that one, 2 damage, killing that one, and then we'll have the other 3 go to Ultron, putting him at 19. All right, we will then go ahead and, let's see, how do I want to do this? You know what, we're going to go ahead and do the Power of Justice to play the Surveillance team. We'll put 3 tokens. We'll go ahead and exhaust to do 1 of them to get rid of 1 threat. All right, we will then go ahead and do the Gauntlet to play this Attack Robotics. We'll hold on to this. We will attack for 2, putting him at 17. And let's ready everything back up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're going to have a threat come out, and we're going to go ahead and let a drone come out with that threat. He is going to attack. We'll, of course, take it. He's going to attack for a base of 2, plus an additional 2, but we're going to trigger this Attack Robotics. So that'll do 2 damage to him, putting him at 15, plus 1 additional damage for a Widowmaker, putting him at 14. We're just going to go ahead and take that 2 damage, putting him at 6. We will also take the damage from this one, putting him at 7, or putting us at 5. And then we will have, oh, you know what? I messed up. He's actually going to do 1 additional attack because of the drone. So we will take 1 additional damage because I forgot. Let me go ahead and put this off to the side. When Ultron attacks, you put the top card face down, engage with the drone until the end of each attack. He gets +1 for each drone minion engaged with you. So technically, we're going to be down to 3. So I got to always remember to do that. All right. We're going to have our encounter card come out. I do not want to give them all an additional +1 on top of the +1 that they have. So we're going to use the grappling hook to cancel this. No, we can't use the grappling hook to cancel that, so never mind. We can do Spycraft to cancel that, which will trigger Widowmaker, but we will have to draw another encounter card. And then we can use the grappling hook to cancel the Swarm Attack, which will do 1 damage. And I forgot, these are doing 2 attacks instead of 1. So instead of 3, we are actually at 1 on that one. So I'll have to make sure I didn't give myself more damage than I should, but we should be at 1 if I recall correctly. All right, it's our turn. Oh, all right, so how do we want to do this? All right, so we're going to do the Dance with Death. So we need 2, 3 to do Dance with Death, which is going to do, we'll have 1 damage go to Ultron, 2 damage go to this drone because it'll kill it, 3 damage go to, actually we'll have 3 damage go to Ultron, putting him at 8. We will then attack this one for 2, killing him off. We will exhaust the surveillance team so we can get rid of 1 of those threat. We then, do we want to chance it? Yep, I'm going to chance it. I'm going to go ahead and flip. We will go ahead and exhaust this to bring back a... Let's bring back a grappling hook, if there's one in here. There should be a grappling hook in here, right? Is there not a grappling hook in here? Yep. To bring a grappling hook, we will go ahead and use 2 resources to play the grappling hook, allowing us to draw a card. We will then go ahead and use the Spycraft resource to do target acquire. We'll hold on to the stealth strike, and we will ready up. Draw up to 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We're going to have 1 threat that's going to come out, which now we've got to decide. Do we want to have that additional drone out here, or do we want 2 more threat? I think we can get off with doing 2 more threat, so we will put 2 additional threat out here. So they are now at 5, 6, 7. He is going to scheme for a base of 2. 3. So that puts us at 10. Which will flip that over to stage 3B, which we need to flip over this, and that's going to be a drone. And we're down to our last one on that one. Let's see what our encounter card's going to be. Great, he gets Retaliate. So he has Retaliate, and it has this additional threat on each side scheme. So it is our turn. All right, so what we want to do is use the safe house to give us... What do we want here? We want... Let's see, what do we want? Let's do a Widow's Bite. We'll use 1 resource to play the Widow's Bite, which will allow us to draw a card. All right, we will go ahead and... Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have to heal. Because I don't have anybody to attack, so we're just going to have to heal before I forget. So let's put that at 4. And let's see. We can play... Well, nope, let's back up. Let's back up. I'm at 1. If I heal, that'll put us at 4. However, we're going to get 1 threat coming out there. He's going to scheme for at least 2. Yeah, you know what? We're okay. I'm going to go ahead and heal up to 4. All right, let's see what cards we can get out here. We want to get this. Okay, we already have Encounter Intelligence out there, so I don't need to worry about that. All right, let's go ahead and get... Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Because I want to get this Quinn Carrier out, even though we don't have many more turns with it. And then... we will flip over, go 1, 2, 3 to do 4 damage to Ultron, putting him at 4. And we will ready up. We'll draw our 6 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so let's see how this is going to work. We're going to have 1 threat that's going to come out. Now, that 1 threat is just going to stay there because right now it's just there. Oh, threat cannot be removed from this scheme. Oh, we can't remove threat from that scheme. Well, that sucks. All right, so Ultron is going to attack for 2. We're going to go ahead and obviously have to take it because we have nothing to defend. He's going to attack for a base of 2. 3, 4. We will use the acrobatics. So that's going to block the 2. He'll take 2 damage from that. He'll take 1 damage from the Widowmaker. And let's make sure. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and defend. Yeah, we'll defend 3. So I'm not going to take any damage from him. But what would have happened was we would have had that. So he would attack for 2, 3, 4. So I will take 1 damage. Putting me at that, I'll put that down there at the 3. Shoot. Then these 2 are going to attack. And I can't do anything, and they're going to kill me. Darn it, because they each have +1 attacks. So, yeah, we lost on that one. So I don't know. I think I did some misplays in there when I went back and watched it, but I think no matter what, towards the end, we would have either gotten schemed out or we would have lost, like we just did with the health. Do appreciate you watching this video. Would love to hear any feedback on what I did wrong or different play lines that I can take in. I appreciate you watching this once more. Till next time, folks. Cheers.